Dum, do, 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 do. Greetings, everyone! It's me again, Ashra from London Pictures, and now I'm waiting for you guys to actually join. I know it's early today. It's really early today, because my sister, after she woke up, told me that she was not up to me streaming this night because they had plans for tonight on her computer. Since I'm using her computer, I didn't have much choice. So now I'm streaming while she's shopping, which will take a few hours, so don't worry, we will have the time. I'll just wait until someone is here. Someone besides me, that is. Doom, 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 doom. Boom. Let's actually Rusty boy. He isn't even online. Okay then. With one person watching. One person watching. I know it's early. Oops. It's early. It's early and probably too early for most of my viewers, sadly. But I do not have any other choice. I'll just wait a little until you guys can make it in. Because, yeah, things haven't been as expected. Okay, what? Is there a way... Do we have... You know what? Let's do this. Let's just post... I think that's enough. Bloop. Whoop. That one at the beginning wasn't meant to be. Oh, I can actually change the colors. Ooh. I haven't spent enough time on this chat yet. Oh, those are just skin tones. I thought I could actually pick like the colors. Okay, too bad. Well then. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. The name is Wiggly. Wiggle, wiggle. Oh, the buffering is... Eee. You guys have buffering, I'm sorry about that. But anyway, let's start, shall we? Just one person here yet, but... That's how it is. It's not on schedule. Most people won't even know I'm streaming right now. Even though I shared it everywhere. Friends. Bathrobe kidding. Friendgasm. With Tyzias. Antique. Tyzias Antique. Tyzias Antique route streaming again for today. Let's put it HSFS stream 2 of volume 8. now. And provide a link. Provide a link. Hiveswap Friendsim. Hiveswap Friendship Simulator. Tyzias. And Tyzias. Hiveswap Tyzias. And let's post it again. Okay, one person watching, and I'll wait until we're 10 minutes in before I actually start. Whee! But Chixie, oh, Chixie. Chixie, poor Bab. Little sweet, innocent Bab. Sweet, innocent Babu. I want a plushie of her. I want a plushie of Chixie. Sniff, sniff. She's so pure, okay. Okay then. You guys. Just one person watching on a Hiveswap Friendsim video. That can't be right. Are you all asleep still? I mean, I can do it. I'm gonna wait till the 10th minute before I actually start. But oh well. Oh geez, there's a lot going on in this one. Okay then. I shared it everywhere I could, except for Twitter. Yes, Twitter was missing. Let me just quickly share it on Twitter. And I'm almost there. Doom, 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 rum, doom, doom. Dum, 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 dum. Streaming the second. Streaming the Tyzias. Is there a hashtag for Tyzias? Yes. Tyzias root of hive. Swap. Just Friendsim, I suppose. Interesting. And a new message. What a year. Okay, great. Great to know. Well then, 40 seconds left until I actually just start playing. But this time... Nope, I still can't change it. Sorry. Oh well. Let's start with Tyzias and Tyk in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boop. Oh, that music. Just up ahead, you see a troll leave her hive. Muttering to herself, she's holding an unstable mountain of papers and books with one arm, using her free arm to hold a mug and steady. She isn't paying attention to you, which is fine. Is it just me, or is the music much louder? Okay. 2 people watching. Hello there, second person. Don't get it twisted. You'd love to make another friend. You just understand now that it's a weird, flighty thing. Some trolls you mesh with. Some you don't. You smile at her just in case, but when she walks right by you without stopping, you shrug. This planet is chock full of friendable weirdos. You'll live. You only take a few more steps before the sound of her absolutely eating shit on the sidewalk makes you turn. It happens fast enough so you only really see the aftermath of appended books and papers raining down in an impressively wide circle around her. Ah, globes. Damn ass rock. She sits up, but that's as far as she bothers to get. After taking a sip from her mug, which somehow must have stayed level in her grip during her fall, she sighs and gets to work gathering it all back up with her free hand. Oh jeez. Mood. Yeah, this checks out as a thing that would happen to me. It's not like I have anything else to be doing. You've seen a teen movie or two in your day. You know this trope. The cool kid helps the unpopular nerd after they fall like a chump and embarrass themselves. Then slowly the pair establishes trust. By the time credits roll, they've gone and fallen in love. Not that you necessarily want to fall in love, or that you're under the delusion that you are in any way cooler than her. But still, it's tried and true. And also, like, a pretty standard decent person thing to do. So like the decent person you hope to be, you skedaddle on over. You stop short just in front of her wide-flung ring of items. You want to make sure she's not going to yell at you or murder you or anything before you interfere. What? JK, I busted ass. I know it's a scene. Well, what are you waiting for? Be a good bystander and stop standing by. She gestures kind of all around her, and that's confirmation enough. You bend to pick up a heavy-looking book, and there it is, emblazoned right on the cover. A gavel. A humongo fucker of judgment implement too, with spines all around the handle. Dread creeps up your spine. You slowly slide your gaze from the book's cover to its owner. She doesn't have any ostentatiously blood color themed clothes on, though, wow. She is sporting socks and sandals. Maybe you are cooler than her, after all. But the very prominent eye bags are tinged teal. Ah, globes. A lawyer. It's not that you don't appreciate your one lawyer friend for who he is. It's just you aren't sure you have it in you to sneak your way into the heart of another. You're kinda lucky last time. The scales of judgment in your heart start weighing your chances. And we are at the first choice. Well, I take a sip from my stein of orange juice. So, do you guys have I need suggestions in that quiet chat over there. Ciao, hi there. If you want to fail the first time around, pick up the papers. No, wait, wrong choice. That's the later one. Okay, keep standing there, paralyzed by choice. Thank you, Chell, and nice to see you here this early. You kind of can't look away from that gavel. The spines could really stab one person's skull right open, huh? Wow. Thanks for all the standing around and staring assistance. It's really helping a lot. Sorry. Definitely can't just do that on my own. You're still stuck on the image. She stands up, grumbling, and snatches the book out of your grasp. She turns, waving a dismissive hand at you. Never mind. Now, you're just in my way. She doesn't tell you to leave, but she stops acknowledging you, which you figure is pretty much the same thing. You were iffy about this one from the start, but damn, it turns out rejection still stings. Hell yeah, look at that thing! Ooh. Yep, that's scary. But still, we didn't do any help and didn't gain a friend. Oh well. Let's keep on going. So how are you today, Chell? I hope it's not too early for you. I'm kind of forced to do it at this time because my sister wants to keep her computer to herself this evening. So yeah, I can't stream later, sadly. Bloop, 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 bloop. Come on, Tyzias. Tyzias. Oh! Well, I'm really glad you were able to make it. I'm really glad you are. Okay, pick up more papers. You start making neat piles of all her stuff. After watching you for a second like she's making sure you're not screwing it up, she dramatically heaves herself to their feet and joins in the effort. I don't have time for this shit. Make sure to keep the B34s together in my red folder. You look down at your current pile. B. That's the one with the little hook on the top, right? Or is that a G? Sweet pricks at your temples. Oh, sweat breaks from your temples. You've picked up a little bit of a written Alternian here and there, but you're still not anywhere near competent at all. Sifting through the papers, you search for anything familiar. You make out a few words, but there are just a lot of those little guys on these papers, and you get performance anxiety. Oh, right. You probably still can't read. Wait, still? There's one other viewer, but still can't read? You look up at her, startled. How can she tell? I don't think anyone else is here. Do you want to break off the stream and do it later? I sadly can't. I talked to my sister about it, and she wants to actually have her computer for herself because she has an online game meetup, a gamer meetup in the evening. I mean, if it was my choice, I would wait for later, but even like 2 hours from now would be kinda late for her. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm able to do it. Yeah, it is. It is. But I mean, hey, it's still archived and people can watch it later, I suppose. But seriously, how could she tell? Well, I mean, you don't look much like a troll. It isn't exactly a gargantuan mental leap to assume you're not from around here. Okay, true. But also I've heard about you. Oh. Oh, how? You straighten up. Any press is good press when it comes to friends discussing you. Right? Teal's talk. Oh, Gorgor. Now, thanks to you, everyone knows me. Unfortunately. Oh. She puts her mug down on the ground and picks up a fallen book, talking as she flips to whatever page she's looking for. That little asshole is going to have the even more unfortunate crap to say to me when he finds out I set us all back by dropping half our group project in a ditch. She paces in flustered circles until she finds a bookmark among the debris. Flicking a wet leaf of it, she shoves it in the open spine of the book and slams it closed. Whatever. I can't think about that yet. Gotta get all of this back in order first. Right, yeah, the ordering of stuff. You keep at doing the best you can to keep similar looking things together. You can feel her eyes on your back and you turn to face judgment. You've basically got it all right, actually. He did say you were quick at the draw. I'm Tyzias, by the way. She doesn't so much smile at you as a grimace. It looks mostly pleased as exhausted expressions go. That's as good friendship building material as any other. You've certainly started with worse than being complimented. The breeze plays at the ends of her fuzzy hair, ruffling a few pages while it's at it. Now that you aren't frantically trying to prove your helpfulness and have a moment to think, you don't know if the sidewalk is the best place to be starting from scratch with a whole filing system. You open your mouth to tell her as much when a huge papa gust follows in Breeze Trunia's wake. What? Blowing the neat stacks back into chaos. Mother grubbing. She sinks slowly back down in the snow globe of paper, takes a long sip from her mug sitting next to her, and then tilts her head back and unleashes a single deep gut holler. You scuttle around, catching documents out of the air until the gust is gone. It's not that Tyzias doesn't seem capable. It's just that she seems a bit burnt out. You know what it's like to feel like you're at the end of your rope. So now that you have half a swing grab at a handle on things here, you feel like it's your turn to do the heavy friendship lifting. Another choice again. Suggest that a small breather might help. Offer to help her organize it all somewhere with less of a breeze risk. Okay, this one's tough. This one's actually tough. But what could end up in a fail in the long run? Second failed choice is helping her. Offer her to help. And hi there, number 3 viewer. Offer to help her organize it all somewhere with a less of a breeze risk. Hey, your night is pretty wide open. You wouldn't mind moving this operation to a less windy location and getting it together for real. Yeah, alright. She still sits there kind of dazedly, so you take over. It feels nice to be useful, even if you're not super confident about your skills. You at least know how to make a mean pile. After you make a handful of them, she moves to join in the effort, so you shoosh her back down. You're a helpful McHelperson, and you have got it. She makes a non-committal noise and watches you work. You try not to feel too bad when she winces at a few of your sorting decisions. She doesn't stop you, at least. She scrunches up her face and yawns, which catches you off guard. Man, she really is wiped. You look away from her to the paper you were about to grab, but it's not there. Maybe it blew into another stack? Or you picked it up already and forgot? Yeah, that's probably right. Anyway, she had her eyes closed, so she didn't notice. It'll be fine. Once you have everything kinda together, you help her to her feet. You're pretty sure that was her hive she just walked out of, so you ask if you should go there. No, I was heading to the book hive. The book hive! I like that. I can't take you there. She seems to rally a bit, now that it's her turn to lead the way. She picks up a hefty stack of her things, balances her mug on top of it all, and starts walking. Move it or lose it. It being the opportunity to engage in some really tedious micromanagement. There's no choice to be had, really. You move it. Ooh, is there a plushie, or is that someone reading in the background? Those are people reading in the background. The book hive is an imposing building, and inside are a series of rooms opening off a central atrium. You walk past one open set of double doors, showing off a full room full of weird statues, display cases, and another one bright with the light of dozens of display screens and humming with electricity. Further around the curve of the room, you pass a room full of brains in jars? It really looks like brains in jars. There's another, still, a windowless one, ostentiously secured with multiple padlocks and what looks like a retina scanner. There are a bunch of trolls in each room, and as you keep passing doors, you realize they're almost all tealbloods. Are they, nerd-cased? Wow. Harsh. I mean, yeah, though. We kinda are. I know plenty of goldbloods who spend their nerd energy ruining the internet from their basements, and bluebloods usually have their own personal jerk-off book hives. And there are always outliers, I guess. But yeah, between us and the Jades, the book hives is blue-green Dweep City. Oh jeez. Tyzias keeps moving like this is nothing new. To her, you guess it isn't. She pushes a creaky wooden door open to reveal a large study room full of bookshelves and furniture. There are even a few weird-looking ferns decorating the place. In here are a bunch of trolls, some reading, many on their computers. You dump the stuff you logged her onto on one of the tables. The sound echoes in there, and a handful of trolls look your way. Yikes. You hope your presence won't be too conspicuous. You're probably fine. Unless anyone gets horny for acting grown and wants a bounty. But you're with me, so they probably won't mess with you. You're a little surprised by that. Tyzias, who has slumped down in a chair and is stolidly recognizing her pals, doesn't exactly give off a brawler aura. No, like, they know I'll talk them out of it. Or whine at them about leaving me alone until they do. That makes you feel safe enough. So, time to do some old-fashioned organization. What is this big project anyway? It's just some bullshit. She stops and guts her eyes around the room, but no one is still paying attention. As far as you can see. She starts speaking again, quieter. An assignment for one of my legislator training courses. We're supposed to choose a prosecutable offense from the scrolls of evisceration and list all potential. She must be able to sense your eyes glazing over at the idea of another long and not personally legal jargon ramble, because she cuts herself off there. It's barely worth describing. Grub school level, honestly. But it's extremely fucking tedious to research and then annotate. Especially when you can't find sources that haven't been scrubbed nice and fuchsia, for sure. Anyway, as long as we get things in the right folders in the right order, we should be good for now. Sounds good enough to you. Plenty of time to keep chatting and getting to know each other. Though, she said this was a group project, right? Where are her group members? Shouldn't they be contributing? Huh, like I'd let them. Just kidding. I'm very good at allowing people to help me. She grits her teeth and nods at you, masterfully setting aside the papers labeled with a letter that looks like a little microscope. Case in point. Anyway, they did their parts already. I just want to make sure to add the finishing touches. Right then. You hear approaching footsteps. It had better not be some high blood you gotta take out. You mean, you'll do it if you have to. It's tried and true. You're just not sure how well this dynamic duo would fare in that case. You stop scanning the room for potential bludgeoning material when you see Tyzias' expression go from regular tired to tired and annoyed, but not in fear of mortal peril. You hear him speak right as you start to turn. Gogor! It's Gogor! Oh man! How the mighty fall, and into a mud puddle it seems. At least my associate seems to be picking up after you fairly efficiently. Fuck off, Sorgor. Well, we'll have it together in time. You sure don't require any assistance? I'd offer to raise my rates from my original offer, but you know it still stands. You did your part already. So spare me with both your sales pitch and your company. Before you give me a second acid tube, you'll cur. Alright, you need to do those final edits of yours. Subtextual anti-establishment agendas don't insert themselves after all. Suit yourself. See you in class. They give each other an identical but inscrutable hand signal. If this huff of perturbation, I haven't read that word ever before, from a nearby jade is any indication, it's gotta be something vulgar. Perish. Oh, wow. Yep, Gogor is back. He smirks and raises his eyebrows at you as he turns to go. Come by later? You nod. Oof. You open your mouth to be nosy, but Tyzias sees it coming a mile away. What? You never had a class friend? Some who does good work but is miserable to hang out with? No, actually. I don't have time to waste on more than one quadrant or on lying to you, so don't blow a brain casket. Just when you think you have all the troll dynamics down, you're gonna make room for that cursed bastard nuance. Anyway, you guessed it, it makes sense. You and your troll friends have all kinds of weird vibes with each other too. Whatever works. You go back to happily sorted... Oops. You're back to happily sorting. Tyzias rolls her shoulders and starts leafing through your piles. Where's my... Have you seen a handwritten page? It should be here. She starts double checking herself. Her pace doesn't so much escalate as it does intensify. Her whole body becomes almost graceful with efficiency. I may have been that friend, except I was shit at group work too. Aw, Chell. I don't believe that. I think you can be a real great friend. You can be good at group work, so you just need to find the right group and the right topic. You got everything, right? I thought I watched wherever it all went. Could have sworn I saw it land. You can help her redo a lost page. It shouldn't be too hard to recreate it. That doesn't help. She glares at you and starts forcefully whispering, still double-checking piles without looking, like she knows them by touch. You don't understand. Those were my personal notes on an extremely sensitive topic I discovered while researching. I was only planning on using it to inform my stance, not to turn it in with the rest. It's not here. Oh no, don't be sad. She stops her futile search, downs the rest of whatever is in her mug and holds her head in her hands. I'm fucked. Kiara, I found your spirit troll. Oh jeez. I might as well lay down right here and until moss grows on my desiccated body. No! That's dramatic. You don't want to blame her or anything, especially since it is possibly sort of your fault it's lost. But you still want to give her hope. Maybe next time she could use Goragle docs. It won't blow away and it has collaboration settings. You've used them with... Her head pops back up. Her features slack. I can't use Goragle's docs for this. Or are you listening? There's the whole point. You know who owns that, right? Every document is monitored. Analog is the only way to do anything unless you know how to get me onto the dark web. Which I fucking doubt. If someone I found it... If my handwriting is recognized, I'm dead. Then I'll never be able to... She trails off, just sort of slumped in her seat, staring into the void. Shit, you're really fucked up. Oh, damn. Gotta get that PMA. I am so with you, and hi there. Gotta keep up that PMA. Gotta keep that PMA. Nice to see you here. PMA is always great. You admit to her that you may have allowed one page to blow away when you weren't paying attention, and that it could possibly have been that one. You are welcomed! Not only because of your name, though. You're welcomed. Everyone's welcomed in my stream, and I love every one of you personally. Not necessarily in the mateship way, but I love all of you guys. And I mean that when I say that. Great. I can't believe I was stupid enough to let someone else handle things. I was just so tired. I should have started to shake a bit. Oh no. Oh no. She doesn't cry, but you almost wish she would. The way she just keeps blinking back her tears and hiding her face with her arms is worse. It feels invasive to watch, and thankfully it doesn't last. She sniffs once, clears her throat and wipes her face with her sleeve. Silently, she sticks all her things back in the pile. Okay, I need to retrace my steps. Maybe it hasn't been spotted yet. Maybe it'll be okay. It won't, but oh well. Oh no. You reach to help, desperate to fix the situation, but she gingerly picks up your hand off one of her books and drops it in your lap. Your stomach sinks to join it. Ooh. No. Don't worry. I've got it. She wrestles it all into a precarious heap in her arms. It wobbles once as she makes her way steadily to the door, but she catches it herself, head high. She keeps walking. She doesn't look back. Oh no. We should stop making people sad. We should definitely stop. Is this sound okay, by the way, you guys? Yeah, poor Tyzias. I mean, we probably doomed her totally because I think she was researching stuff that's illegal, more or less, or at least by the high-risk illegal, and she will join the rebellion at some point. That's my vibes I get from that work of hers. Okay, sounds okay, that's nice. Just up ahead, you see a troll leave her hive, muttering to herself. And we help her pick up all the scattered things. And then, after we find out it all goes to blob again, we suggest that a small breather might help. You know a breaking point when you see one. You weren't expecting it so early in a potential friendship encounter, but still, it's clear that this troll needs some time to chill. This is a mess, yeah? She swings the pendulum of her chin over the two glared, deadened knives at your guts. Okay, yes, it's a mess, but it seems like maybe just perhaps it would be best to sort of put a pin in it all. To suck air in and out of our insufflation sex or whatever and just get it together for a minute. No group projects were ever aced when the clear leader was not at her peak mental performance. She wrinkles up her nose and closes her eyes. You know what? Fine. Fuck it. Not all of it, of course, but this night specifically, and everything and anyone I know or have thought extensively about before in my life. So that just leaves you. What do you have in mind, friend? Because I'm all out of ideas. That word still does a number on you, no matter how many times you hear it used flippantly. You have an idea already, so you hurriedly gather her shit into extremely unorganized piles, which she drops off in her hive to deal with later. You half expect her to just not come back out, but she does. She's kept only one heavily annotated tome of her mug, which she nods at her when she speaks. I know, but these are just in case. Anyway, do your worst. With a salute and a few gentle tugs at Tyzias' sleeve to keep her moving, you get going. You and your Eternian pals have taken turns leading each other to some pretty wild places in your time here. The place you take Tyzias to, though, is somewhere you haven't shared with anyone. Oh? Oh, jeez. Legs. Tyzias looks like a badass with no chill. That eyes confirms it. Might still be. I mean, we still saw the fucking huge mallet. Or hammer, actually. It's where you come back to on days when you can't find a friend. Or don't want to impose on any of the ones you've made. We have such a place? Okay. It's on the outskirts of town, where the buildings are spread thinner until the landscape cuts upward in a jagged cliff face. Bolted into the side of the rock is a tower, or what's left of one. It's basically a heap of scaffolding and rusted out ladders holding up a half-covered platform, but it's been a good place to staunch bleeding and stargaze. Do I give off an outdoorsy vibe to you? Doesn't my half-untucked button-up and paltry muscle mass scream, would you love to scurry up a dilapidated relic? You worry about her hating your plan, but you kind of feel like she'd complain no matter where you took her. And at this point, the die is cast. So, heave ho, you say. It's stronger than it looks. You offer to hold her stuff for her during the ascent. She gives you the book but clutches the mug against her chest. You know better than to pry, but you're dying a little wondering why she's so weird about it. And that she's got liquor made from viscera in there. Or maybe her losers gave her the mug so it's special. Could be both. You shrug and start climbing. Like you thought she would. She follows you and, like before, she complains about it the whole time. And like the structure itself, you both weather it fine. What is this place that we found? At the top she looks around. Is this your hive? It's more like a hideout. You still feel a little shy about it. It's not as fancy as your friends' hives. And you don't have any weird animal parent to make you snack or something. There are only little keepsakes you've picked up along the way to set up on the creaky old table next to some complicated old tech you couldn't get to power on. This must be an old watchtower. From when that was part of her imperial bitchiness preferred method of surveillance. Imperial bitchiness. Hive out. That's a good one. She runs a hand over the dusty screen. Oh, Trissa? You learned about her. Huh, no. Her bigger, better, off-world counterpart, the Condess. Okay, talking about the Condess here. You look at the rusted barrel of some terrifying weapon mounted in the corner, and then out over the landscape and sprawling town. In the distance, smoke rises from a freshly demolished hive. Glinting in the moonlight, drones circle in like buzzards. It's been like this here for a while then. You sit down, your legs dangling off the side of the platform. Tyzias joins you, a safe distance away from the edge. That is one hell of an understatement. But yeah, we've got a time-honored status quo in operation here. Streamlined, efficient, brutal. Jesus looks miserable. That's not what you were going for. She is so being part of the rebellion. I bet by, I don't know, what you guys would like? Something signed or something? I don't know. I bet for a free copy of the upcoming Moonlight Beast game. Tyzias looks miserable. That's what you were going for. Not what you're going for. You summon up the old Roy G. Bivian in your head for the 1000th time. She should be safe, right? Shields are middle class? And anyway, she's a lawyer. She's got the powers that... be on her side. Saying so doesn't seem to cheer up at all. I mean, you're not wrong. But being in a position to benefit from the system doesn't make the system more morally palatable. True. And if I'm being real about it, it's more me being forced to uphold it than anything else. She nods toward the book in your hands. Alright. How does this all work anyway? Can she just not be lawyer? And aren't there good ones? Yeah, I can quit. If I want to get called. There's always a choice. She sighs. Wow, really? Like, she is being forced to be a lawyer? I'm curious if any of the changes after Hiveswap is over. After the rebellion either succeeds or fails. It is got a QPMA. It is stand for Alternia, but Does anything change after Hiveswap's story is done? Is what I'm curious about. Because Wriggle's story that we're still trying to catch up on canon stuff plays between, like, a generation between Hiveswap and Homestuck, more or less. Don't think so? Well, it is a rebellion, and things seem to be a little bit more free on the Alternia we know from our trolls. Even though our trolls are not an example, prime example for Alternian standards, because they're basically, they're asteroid babies. They're basically alien themselves. She sighs. It's not like I expect suffering to ever stop completely. It just seems like an awful lot of work to do and to make sure it keeps happening. And that's the entire job of a legislator. Unless you're purple enough to get away with it, you're just guilty, no matter what. It's just a matter of going through all the fanfare of a trial, all for the same result. It's sick, but it's so normal by now that no one knows how to begin questioning it. She looks more exhausted now than she did during the paper explosion. Like when you've used up all your sadness, all you have is the deep, broken fatigue. This isn't exactly the rejuvenating getaway you envisioned. Tyzias will have to die to make a way for February, so there will probably be a few random bombings. True, I think, well, February wants to care for everyone. That's like explicitly said that she does not want to be mean to anyone, so I guess there would be no drone attacks ordered by her at all. I really wonder how it will change after Tyzias is gone. And Tyzias will either die through the Condess or through the rebellion, I suppose. There's just so much injustice. You continue to try to be positive. Are there not political parties, some secret underground movement or anything? Sure, most lowbloods you've met have a healthy, fatalistic nonchalance about their situations, but there's gotta be something else out there. There were a few people who tried to stir shit up back in the day. It's all kind of hushed up and hard to find any information on the history of them, though. Definitely not the kind of thing they teach you in legislator training. One was a mutant blood and the other had wings. Oh! Mention of the Sufferer and the Summoner. But that's like... that is like ages and ages and ages ago. So I guess they didn't have much of a chance anyway. You can't imagine the story having a happy ending, but you still want to know more. There's the subtlest shift in her tone of voice now that she's doing more than only complaining. It draws you in. One of them seems to have gathered enough of a following to have become kind of a religious figure, from what little I can find about him. Definitely the Sufferer. Sufferer hype! The other one led a military revolt. They both were killed along with their attempts at change. I don't even know what happened to their compatriots. She stops to squint at you. I don't know how. You got me talking like this. But in the fuck it spirit of the night, I'm just going to keep going. If it wasn't clear, I'm telling you things that can get me extremely cold. So like, please be chill. You're so chill. The chillest. And also probably pretty callable yourself. Good point. She squints at you a bit longer and then stares out into the night. Her jaw muscle clenches a few times before she speaks. I have some ideas. Oh? She's still not looking at you, but she sits up a little straighter. You feel your spine following suit almost on its own. All of us training to be legislators like a practice throwing our weight around. Some of us more than others, which I guess you have first-hand experience with. But we do have much real power yet. We will, though, if we pass our exams, which I will. I've been staying up most days studying every documented piece of the law, and some underground stuff too, when I find it. They're exploitable loopholes they don't know about. If I can establish myself as a mayor player, I might have a chance to change things. Some things you can only take apart from the inside out. Will she be the leader of the rebellion even? Chances are that she will be the leader of the rebellion after this talk, or at least a high-ranked member and enthusiast about it. A witch of blood. Huh. Interesting take. Is she blood? From her thingy? From the extended zodiacs? Oh well. Something, okay, from the inside out. By now she's built up a fevered energy, even with the sluggish way she talks. When you shift in your seat, she kind of snaps out of it. She's confirmed blood, and she's using the obligations of her status. Where Blob is all about friendship and social connections, I think. And a connection within it to change it for the better, manipulation class. Interesting. Interesting. Shannon, I call it your theory right now. It is really interesting, and I kind of dig it. Oh, sorry. Guess I got a little worked up. I don't exactly get to talk about this very often. It's kind of overwhelming to think about how fucked every little thing is, all the time. But no, now that I see it clearly, I can't not do something. It's like Alternia is a giant fire and I'm pissing on a tiny corner of it while the rest of everything burns up around me. Your brain is buzzing with how real all of that felt. You can't really add anything to it, so you just nod. Are things less abysmal where you're from? Ooh boy. In ways, yeah. At home, the accused is called a defendant, at least, as in they get a defense. Her eyes brighten. Woo! Does your justice system work? You exhale slowly, trying to buy yourself time to encapsulate all of your plan's various cultures, societal structures, and similarly overwhelming list of injustice in an intelligent blurb. You settle on, not always, not for everyone. Her laugh is short and hollow. So much for enlightened life forms existing somewhere in the universe. Wow! Yes, until a more kind of and just alien life form comes to take over, you'll have to make do with each other. Yeah, you're not so bad. I take on an oppressive regime with you anytime. Yes, let's join the rebellion! She gives your arm an awkward tap with her fist, and then looks back out over the edge. Anyway, I'm no religious figure or military strategist. There's gotta be someone out there who is. Gotta use what skills I have instead, I guess, until I find them. What the fuck else would I do with my time? Joey Claire? Possibly? I mean, an alien trying to help out and trying to get home might be just the thing. Keep pissing on the fire is the best anybody can do, you reckon? That and get others hydrated enough to do the same. She laughs. Keep on pissing, huh? I drink to that. Oh my goodness, I love that. That kind of reminds me of a thing a very important person in my life told me. No matter how small that drop in a hot stone is, it will evaporate, but the evaporation will join into a cloud, and clouds tend to rain down in many small droplets. It doesn't look like... oh, she takes a big swig from her mug. After a beat, she silently and without looking at you extends her arm your way. You stare in the mug's depths, a little unnerved. It doesn't look like viscera, but you've been burned before. It won't kill you. You're not sure what it will do, but Tyzias is truthful. If nothing else, so bottoms up. What the fuck? It's water! Tyzias grins and taps her temple with a claw. Gotta give the people something. Otherwise they might think I'm the way I am and on my own. Then where would we be? You don't know. Letting people in can be helpful. You know, sometimes. Shh. Shush. I'm fine. You're not convinced. Okay, I admit it. It's not a bad idea to relax every once in a while. Get your priorities straight. Am I being... Someone's calling me. Oh, jeez. This is a sort of important call, so I'm just gonna leave you at this. I'm not sure if I'll be right back. I'm back! And I have received good news, but something I do not want to spoil to you guys yet. Because it has been like... it is very possible now news. Also, I'm gonna receive some sweets as soon as my sister is back. Anyway... The song also sounds like a clock of some sort. Yeah, I love that about this version. I really like the instrument that's used here. I forgot the name. The cembalo? Harpsichord, that's the word. A harpsichord. Harpsichord is one of my favorite instruments, and that combined with this talk theme, I really dig that. That's really cool. That could be a music I could listen to while working or something. I really like it. You are able to hear me now, are you? Are you guys able to hear me? I'm not sure anymore. Okay, good. This was a decent time. You're glad she's glad, but you mostly just talked the whole time about the same stuff that she was overwhelmed by to begin with. Does that even count? You learned a lot, but she still looks pretty wiped. As soon as you think that, she yawns. She's so driven. You shiver a bit when you imagine what she could do if she took the time to rest for real. You pat the pile of blankets next to you. It's no bed, or tub of super slime for that matter, but it's gotten you through enough. She looks warily at it and yawns again. I guess my losers and my matesprit will just think I'm at the book hive anyway. One little nap won't hurt. I'll get up early tomorrow and reorganize our stupid busy work project. She has a matesprit! And I want to know what her losers is. She tentatively lowers herself down onto her blankets. Her eyes close for a brief second before they snap open again, glaring at you with full force. Don't doubt me either. I've got it under control. Oh, you have zero doubts in her abilities, you say. She curls back up again herself, and a small rattle of contentedness shakes in her throat. Out in the distance, the blaze has dimmed to a thin plume of smoke. You hope whoever's hive it is was okay. You're not sleepy, so you'll keep watch to make sure she gets up by sunrise. You tilt your head back and look up at the unfamiliar constellations. Your head feels full, it's intense, and not exactly what you'd call happy. But you know you're feeling it with her, and that's far from nothing. How adorable! This is amazing. We do not see the plume of smoke, and are these Alternian Zeds above her head? Oh, this one's nice, and it got us a little bit insight about the entire culture. Like this episode and the episode with Keneal and the episode with Skilla were episodes that really will influence the details in the story Diaries of an Eternian. But now this was 1 hour compared to the 2.5 hours yesterday. Wow, I mean, sure, I guess. Yesterday we waited for an hour for the actual launch. But oh well. We have done it, and we still have time to spare actually, because my sister won't return for another hour. I mean, I could play this again, I guess. But oh well. This is Hiveswap Friendsim Volume 8. Number 2. So far. This is nice. This is really nice. I did kind of enjoy Chixie's part a bit more, to be totally honest, because Chixie is super cute and she's a bub who needs to be protected. I get things again. I get cold again. Damn it. Yeah, wait a second, please. Okay, I'm back. I wish I could play this myself. This has a fun concept. I mean, it's like almost, it's just like not even $1 per episode. So I guess you could, I suppose. On Steam it is. So yeah. I mean, I could go through another thing again. Through volume 8 again, like through Tyzias' entire thing again, but I didn't know about it. I think I'll actually leave this stream here and start another stream in a few seconds, but from a different game. So you have it all neat and tidy, differentiated to each other. I think I'll stream World of Warcraft in a few moments, in a few minutes, getting a bit reputation with the Army of the Light, so I can finally play my... I finally can play Void Elves, which are pretty cool. I think Void Elves are kind of the best race to make Homestuck trolls with, or like World of Warcraft versions of them. Probably. At least from the skin color, it suits them. Anyway, I sincerely love all of you guys a lot, and I'm really thankful that you guys were here. I'm kind of a bit surprised that... Well, I'm not a bit surprised. I'm just a little bit, a tiny little bit surprised that there weren't more people watching at the same time. But it is probably because I streamed earlier than I said yesterday. Sadly, that's... It just turned out to be that way and I wasn't able to inform you guys all in time. Oh well. Anyway, I sincerely love all of you guys. We'll see each other in a few moments or within the next video. Cheerio! Bye bye! Cheerio! Have fun and take care. See you soon! Bye!